And trees aren't the only thing that consumers are trimming this year. They're also cutting back on their holiday shopping, anticipated anyway. A new survey from PwC forecasts the steepest pullback in spending since the start of the virus pandemic. For more on this, let's bring in CNBC's Gabrielle Fonrouge. Gabby, is it going to be as dire as the report says?
I mean, it's July, right? Or, I mean, we're actually in September, but this survey was taken in June and July. Consumer sentiment was in a bit of a different place then. It's a little bit too early to say what holiday is going to look like, but it's certainly going to be a challenging time for retailers. They're contending with tariffs, and one of the big things that drive holiday spending is discounts. But because of tariffs, they're pulling back on that discount. So is that going to be enough to drive consumer demand?
Now, in this particular study and through your reporting, are there certain areas within retail that are going to be more impacted by a potential pullback in consumer sentiment and thereby their wallets?
So one of the things that we saw in this survey is that Gen Z is actually the generation that's going to pull back the most. If you're looking at boomers, Gen X, and millennials, most of them are planning to keep their spending the same. But Gen Z is planning to cut back by 23%, and that's what's driving that 5% decline. You know, this is a new generation of shoppers. They're realizing their spending potential, but they also have debt. They have new expenses. And, you know, it's interesting because last year they were actually planning on spending 37% more on gifts, travel, and entertainment. This year, 23% less. The realities of the dollar are coming true for them. So any retailer that's catering to that younger shopper is going to have to try a little bit harder to win them over.
All right.
It's Karen, thanks for being on. So it seems to me a lot of times surveys about what people will spend and then what they actually do spend end up sort of not aligning. How do you see it playing out this time?
So we saw that last Christmas as well. You know, I was talking to a lot of these consultants, a lot of these firms about what they were expecting. It was a lot of gloom and doom. And then, of course, what we saw in the holiday season was, you know, not such a bad print is what it ended up happening. So I think that what we're seeing now from consumers is that they are willing to spend on the days that matter. They're willing to spend on events. They're willing to spend on people that they love. Christmas is the prime time for that. So am I personally expecting a major drop? No, but again, it's September. We have a lot more room to go.